My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. And this is the Weekly Dump. Jake.
Jimmy. Zach. I'm doing well. Nice weekend in the city. It's the prelude. Before the storm, before the holiday season. So I guess I'm ready. I don't know.
There was storming this morning. Tree branch fell in my front yard.
60 degrees.
Rainy. Flood warnings everywhere.
Make it rain the whole episode, Zach. Easy.
Use the rainstorm from Little Rascals.
The whole time.
Jake, the sports.
Jim, big football weekend. They start doing the thing where they start taking Saturday and Sunday. And we had a Hail Mary, and it was caught, but it wasn't caught, Jim. Justin Fields down the field.
Ball goes into the pile, comes out of the pile, right into is there a term for
they practice this.
Safety, but you're catching the tips.
You're like the up man.
Yeah.
He's laying down, which probably not ideal. You'd probably want to be in like a catcher's squat so you could react.
More on that later. Could be the perfect interception position, but it falls right into his lap, misses it, kicks it, gets intercepted.
It's one of those things that's really tough because okay, that's kind of his job on the play. And it happened. And when that happens, that's supposed to be your shot. That's supposed to be the thing that happens forever. That's got to be so actually hard to do. You're on the ground watching 10 people huzzah for the ball. And then it ends up in your breadbasket. But you also shouldn't botch it and kick it to the other team.
But it's a great way to end a game.
Great way to end a game. All games should end like this.
Switch it up every now and then.
We need more ancient Rome traditions where every football game ends with a Hail Mary.
Or you bury a fan.
Bury one fan. I think that's what we're jumping to next. You're almost a breakdown. Fan burying.
This is the proper way to catch an interception while laying on the ground in the Vikings-Bengals game, which was called by our very own Chris Rose.
3, 2, 1, 9.
Yeah, Christopher Rose is a great name. Yeah, Mr. Rose. Never even thought of him as Mr. Rose in my head once until I said it. That was really weird. Nick Mullins throws an interception while horizontal right into B.J. Hill's lap, who was also kind of horizontal. B.J. Hill kind of almost fumbles it. He goes, whoa. What is he's not a catcher of hands. He's on the hands team.
You've been watching Game of Thrones?
No, but have you?
Yeah, me and Jess started.
One of the funnier interceptions. I would love to see a video of Nick Mullins when he watches that tape back.
The referee's like, turnover, we're going the other way. And Nick Mullins like, no, dude, that was a forward pass. He thinks they thought it was a fumble because he doesn't know it just sat on Mr. Hill. And Mr. Rose is on the call.
Yeah.
The refs say yes!
And Mr. Mullins threw the pass. So it's very official.
Mr. Mullins.
That's a good teacher name.
It's a really good teacher name.
That's a good teacher name.
Yeah. What subject? Science of some sort.
Science or history. Or maybe it's still 6th grade, so he kind of teaches everything. Oh no, it happened again.
Let's go to the sports.
Jim, in this more sports, your guy, the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, 3, 2, 1.
11?
Can't rate that.
It's not on it's on a different scale.
You need Roman nomenclature. Jim, we had a situation where we had a ball fight. Fight for... You said no feet today. I like that. And Zach, look at this. We're fighting over the ball because Giannis scored 64. But your guy, Oscar Tshiebwe, scored his first basket that counted.
I have a very definitive point of view on this.
Here it is, folks.
Giannis goes to get the ball after his team wins the game.
Yes.
Bench coaches, I think assistant coaches for the Pacers, went and grabbed the game ball to give to their guy who scored 1 point. But it's his first point, it's not even his first official or unofficial point, whatever. Giannis is pissed. He's like, what are you doing? That's ours. That's
mine.
And
these two teams have been chippy.
Yeah. He sprints into the locker room to go chase down the ball. Then he goes to the press conference and says, yeah, I got a ball, but it's not the game ball. It doesn't feel like the game ball. It feels like a brand new ball.
Kind of talking shit to them.
Yeah, he's kind of like this.
Not only did I take your ball, it's not the real ball.
There's one game ball.
One.
The winning team gets the game ball.
Ooh.
Who the fuck wants the game ball if you're the losing team? That's like... Game ball goes to, that's what the winning team does.
Right.
You can't lose and then run out to the middle of the court like a little pirate and steal the game ball because your dude got 1 point. That's loser shit.
So what's the solution here?
Pacer dude doesn't get a ball.
Wow.
If the Pacers win
first basket,
they can decide to give the game ball to him if they want. You got to win the game. The Pacers should get the bullshit ball that feels like it wasn't used.
Know what I like? DraftKings.
I bet you're going to like this next story.
I bet you're going to like this next story. Zach, not employee of the week. Teaser.
Ooh. Spoiler. A woman stole her Uber's car because he was driving too slow to get to the airport and she had a plane to catch. I was saying if this was a sitcom or a movie, there's ways in which the like protagonist does this and you're like, well, that's fine. He had to get somewhere.
This is a feeling we've all felt. You either had an Uber driver going too fast and you're like, do I say something? Or you have an Uber driver going too slow. Do I say something?
Now, I'm going to give you some deets and you tell me if it swings worse for her or better for her. It was 12:30 in the morning. Roads had to be pretty empty. So this dude had to be going pretty slow. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I moved the meter a little bit.
She took his phone, threw it out the window.
So you can't do that.
And then he stopped.
Can never do that.
Got out the car to go find his phone, and she drove to the airport.
Can never do that.
When she got to the airport, she didn't park in the parking lot. She just parked right at the terminal and left the car right there and ran inside.
That's fine. And like our society's kind of taking a turn against that. Like if you operate that properly, that should be welcome.
Bad for not getting caught. Good for proving you really did want to catch this plane.
Right.
She took the man's wallet out of the car and used his credit cards to buy stuff at the airport stores.
That's lower than the scale goes.
All of a sudden, she's a terrible person. You can't root for her at all, even in the sitcom. Her name is Alexandra Afkami.
Nusha Alexandra Afkami.
Nah.
We were going to rate it, but...
Nah.
Have you been lost this whole episode?
It's the employee of the week.
It's the employee who's the sheep. I mean, we teased this one a little bit.
Yeah, someone that works here was part of a national big-time broadcast.
Please.
So, winner of the employee week is Dan Canobio.
Dan Canobio, not you, Mr. Rose.
Mr. Rose,
Mr.
you're out.
Rose. That sounds like his wife talking dirty to him. I hate it.
We're sucking up to Mr. Mullins.
Mr. Rose. It's Dan.
Dan Canobio.
Boxing. First round KO.
Goodbye.
That was a weekly dumb.
Today's episode is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use promo code WEEKLY. Wow, we changed it up on you. They tried to trick you. WEEKLY. Bet just $5 on any wager and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code WEEKLY, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use promo code WEEKLY. He had a joke that Mike liked.
And I quote, he said, Dan's doing good. One of the other commentators said, because it was on DAZN, he said to get a DAZN prescription, which is kind of a good Jake joke. That's kind of what I do anyways. When he meant to say subscription. And Dan quickly replied, medication for the soul.
Wow, he's over there.
So that made Mike proud. That made Mike proud of Dan. Don't get jolly. Blur jolly if we're going to put that in.
He's on the TV screen.